How are things, Belle? Have you met up with Victoria Housekeeping yet?
Yeah, don't worry. I met up with everyone. And even fixed up Eos.
Sounds like you're getting along fine with everyone. That's good. We need to find Rain as soon as possible. You should hurry back and get ready for the Hollow.
The others are so slow. If they mess up now, the media will sensationalize it.
Ah, they're coming out! They're coming out! Ladies and gentlemen, moments ago, the defendant in this case, Charles Perlman, arrived at the helipad escorted by authorities. Shockingly, despite the crimes he's being charged with, Perlman shows no signs of being worried.
Fools. The real surprise is yet to come.
I accept your request. I'll put the instructions in your suitcase for the day you board. Open it 2 hours after takeoff. Do what the instructions say, and someone will help you get out of New Eridu.
Hey, where's my suit for court? Did the suitcase come?
It's right here.
Good, bring it over.
What are you so smug about? It's about to hit the fan, Perlman.
Hit the fan? Young lady, you've no idea how horrible this city can get.
Just you wait. Whatever tricks you have up your sleeve, I'll make sure you get what's coming to you.
Boss!
Great. You guys finally made it.
I'm beat. We were running for so long. How come you look fine, Billy?
The respiratory module I swapped out a few days ago has an anaerobic mode installed. It boosts energy efficiency during workouts. Oh no, I can't switch back to intake mode!
I told you not to use that cheap black market junk.
All right, cut it out. Does it really matter if Billy can't breathe? The airship is small anyway, and the air quality isn't great. What's wrong, Anby? Something bothering you?
I was just thinking. We left Faith into a group of strangers from a housekeeping company. Is that really okay?
Nekomata knew one of them, right? And besides, the ballet twins belongs to their master, so the proxy shouldn't be in any danger.
That's not it. I'm concerned once the proxy works with another squad, they'll notice a significant difference in the quality of service and won't want to work with us again.
Don't be silly, Anby. The cutting hairs are first class, I'll have you know. Besides, we have a relationship with Faithin. Those guys, they're completely new. Nothing to worry about.
Master Proxy, since your friend was most likely on the rooftop of Tower B, Perhaps that should be our first destination.
If we head there first, won't it interfere with your work?
Your consideration is greatly appreciated, but you're our guest. It is only right we prioritize your needs. And considering how we cannot confirm the safety of your friend, the search for her is undoubtedly more urgent. In any case, we can still complete our maintenance along the way.
Dear guide, would you be so kind as to look at this map of the ballet twins? As you can see, we are currently located at the entrance to Tower A. According to our carrot, we'll have to go through the atrium between the two to get to the other building.
Affirmative. The information provided by the agent is accurate. This should be your target location.
Keep it up, Fairy. We don't have enough holodata right now, but let's show Victoria Housekeeping we're professionals.
Please have faith in my abilities. I will not tarnish the reputation of the legendary proxy.
Please go ahead, Master Proxy. Victoria Housekeeping will ensure our escort duties are carried out effectively. Everyone, let's start clearing out these ethereals. Ensuring the safety of Master Proxy is our top priority. Of course, try not to damage the building in the process.
That reminder's for me, isn't it?
Don't worry, Corin. He's only giving verbal warnings. He won't deduct your salary.
Oh, that's not what I'm concerned about.
Come a little closer.
Master, please take the elevator ahead.
Please, take a break, little guide. Leave the ethereals to us.
Why are the lights flickering?
The power must be unstable. We are in a hollow after all.
Hey, idiots, I need you.
Embrace your fear. You've done what you cannot stop me. Come a little closer.
Apologies!
Say no more. Take this.
I tried to make the cuts clean!
Can you see me?
Zero.
Be gone!
Seizing advantage.
As you will now, child.
Amateurs.
It's back to normal.
Master Proxy, we can continue on. If you're tired, would you like to sit on my arm?
Really? Can I?
Belle, we're guests. Please be polite.
Apologies.
Time to zoom. Proxy, all nearby ethereals have been cleared.
Good work. Belle, why don't you and the others rest a bit while I calculate the next route? Is it just me, or have the lights been flickering a lot on our way over?
Oh, is that so?
It's happened a few times. Looks like the rumors might be true.
What rumors?
Oh, you haven't heard, Proxy?
Alan?
What? Was I not supposed to say anything? Boss's mission brief was so long I didn't read it. But whatever. Rena's here anyway. If the Proxy finds out anything, she'll take care of it.
Take care of it? What's that mean?
Ellen, Corin, keep talking like that and you're going to give people the wrong idea about Victoria housekeeping. Dear guide, allow me to clarify. Are you familiar with the supernatural rumors regarding the ballet twins?
I don't think I have.
The story goes like this. When the ballet twins' buildings were swallowed up by the Hollow, a pair of famous dancers, two sisters, died here. Rumor has it that the sisters became the masters of the building and would warn visitors with flickering lights. Now, if those visitors still refuse to leave, the sisters cause a blackout and show up in the darkness to harvest the souls of their visitors. It's an old story, but recently, someone claimed to have experienced some similar phenomena in the building. Our master believed letting the rumors spread would inevitably affect the value of the ballet twins. So we were commissioned to investigate the truth under the guise of maintaining the building.
So there is stuff going on behind the scenes. No wonder you didn't say so.
Originally, we believed the rumors to be the fabrications of troublemakers. But at the very least, it appears power outages do indeed occur. But a power outage could pose a problem. Tower B's atrium is fitted with automated fire-resistant partitions. Power failure causes them to instantly close. Since finding Miss Rain is our priority, to avoid having our route cut off, we should speed things up.
I've detected an impassable area ahead.
What's up with this?
Let's go, Belle. It's up to us to get through here quickly.
The data's hidden around here. Let's move. Careful, don't fall into the data abyss. Based on my experience, just follow the signposts. It's so hard to control this body. Guess we have to start over now. It's so hard to control this body. Guess we have to start over now. It's so hard to control this body. Guess we have to start over now.
Security console detected nearby.
Great! The console is just ahead!
Master, please be careful of roaming ethereals.
connected to the console. Security systems have been successful.
Embrace your fear. You cannot stop me.
Seizing advantage. Take this.
I tried to make the cuts clean.
Say goodbye to our guests.
Amateurs. Time to hunt. The lights are flickering faster. Let's hurry, everyone.
Right. You can rely on us to protect you.
This way, please.
Mind your step now, dear.
I'll do my best.
Oh my, are you hurt?
We're almost there. The atrium is just ahead.
Not good. Unfortunately, we are a step too late. The automated partition has completely closed.
Oh no, we were so close to getting through.
Corin, it's a maid's duty to help our guests. You shouldn't look so upset.
Any bright ideas on how to open the door, gang?
There may be a manual switch installed on the partition. One moment, please. Allow me to take a look.
No need to bother, Rena. It's pretty solid metal, but it shouldn't be a problem for me and Corin to make a hole.
Sounds easy enough. But isn't the building your employer's property? Is that really a good idea?
Huh. I didn't expect you to be such a rule-abiding proxy. Master's concern was about the rumor. Besides, who's gonna find out?
Reminder, it would be prudent not to cause any structural damage. As the only structure connecting the two buildings, the atrium is in a highly unstable state due to the hollow. Any sizable blow could lead to localized structural changes.
After some investigating, I've located the switch on the other side of the corridor. It appears we currently lack the means to get through. I suggest we withdraw and take some time to rest. Victoria Housekeeping will investigate the cause of the blackout, and we will surely find a way through.